Hello, I thought for today's class, we just do a bunch of just really common, simple yoga poses. Sometimes I think there's just beauty in knowing what we're doing and taking things not slow, but just easy, not forcing anything. So you can start on your back. Go ahead and find your way to a comfortable position. Maybe place the hands on the belly, upper arms can just rest on the mat so the arms are supported. Just feel the rise and fall of the belly with each cycle of breath. And then reach the arms by the ears, nice big stretch. And hug the knees towards the chest, take some movement side to side. And then keep the knees bent, just drop the feet to the mat. Take your right ankle over your left thigh, setting up for thread the needle, and then maybe hug the left thigh towards the chest. Then unwind that, change sides, left ankle over right thigh. As you're holding these poses in the beginning, just really connecting to the rhythm of the breath. Letting that be your focal point. And then unwind that, hug your knees towards your chest. Drop your feet to the long edges of your mat so they're wider than your hips, arms to a T, and just take the knees side to side. Windshield wiper, back and forth. And then bring the knees back upright. Walk your feet hips distance apart. And then hug your right knee towards your chest. Take the hands behind the right thigh and just start to straighten the right leg towards the ceiling any amount. And then re-bend the knee so you hug it back in. And just take that movement on your own, bending and straightening that right leg. Really just take your time. I know sometimes we can tend to rush these movements as if there's a final destination and the leg is straight or the leg is bent. See if you can never stop moving. So you just have this continuous movement, nice and fluid. And then next time your knee is bent, just return the right foot to the mat, hug the left knee in, hands behind the thigh, and start to take that movement on the left side. Bend and straighten that left leg. And then re-hug the left knee towards the chest. Bring the right knee to meet it. And find your way up to a comfortable seat. So just finding a cross-leg position here. Hands can rest on the knees or the center of the lap. And take your chin towards your chest. And take your right ear to your right shoulder. And change sides, chin to chest, left ear, left shoulder. And then chin to chest. Lift the head back up to neutral. Take some shoulder rolls up and back. And then bring them forward. And then just let the shoulders settle. Take the hands in front of you. And just take a gentle walk forward here for a seated fold. And then come back upright. Just change the cross of the legs. Take a gentle twist over to the right and just turn your gaze to the right. And then turn through center just to twist over to the left. And then unwind that, come to center, interlace the fingers, press the palms forward, arms extend in front of you. And then take the arms up by the ears, take a side bend to the right. And then through center, over to the left. And then through center, release the clasp, hands in front of you, gentle walk forward. And then walk the hands back, lift the chest, take your feet to one side, find your way up to tabletop. And once you're in tabletop, start to take some cat-cow. Inhale, drop the belly, lengthen the chest, and exhale, curl the spine towards the ceiling. And after your next exhale, meet back in child's pose. Take your hips to your heels. And then come back up to tabletop. Do a little bit of wrist stuff here. So spin your fingertips away from each other. So the fingertips are facing the long edges of your mat in tabletop. And then if you want, you can gently sway the shoulders side to side. And then come back to stillness. We'll take that the opposite direction. So fingertips spin towards each other, towards the midline of the mat. I know it's hard to see. And then again, you can sway side to side. And then come back to stillness. Swing your fingertips back forward so you're back in traditional tabletop. We'll do this one hand at a time. Flip your right palm towards the ceiling so the back of the right hand is resting on the mat. And then flip that palm back, change sides, left palm up. And then flip that palm back so you're back in your traditional tabletop. Tuck your toes under and then take your hips to your heels. So you're in child's pose with the toes tucked under. And then come back to tabletop, untuck the toes, you're back on the tops of the feet, take a little alternating tap of the feet. And then from there, tuck your toes, lift your hips, come to your first downward facing dog. And walk your feet forward to your hands. Come to a forward fold at the top of the mat. You have a little bit of time here. Maybe you take ragdoll, reach for the opposite elbows, sway. And then release your hands to the mat. On your inhale, lift halfway, hands to shins. And exhale, pull all the way back forward. Inhale, come all the way to standing, reach the arms out and up. And exhale, bring the hands to the heart. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, step straight to downward facing dog. On your inhale, lift your heels, come onto the balls of the feet. Exhale, lower the heels down. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, lower them down. I know it's not a huge movement. Inhale, lift the heels. And exhale, lower the heels. Pause there for an inhale. And exhale, walk your feet forward to your hands. Inhale, lift halfway. And exhale, fold back forward. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, straight to down dog again. On your inhale, come to plank, bring your shoulders over your wrists. Exhale, hips up and back for down dog. Inhale for plank. Exhale for down dog. Inhale for plank. Exhale to down dog. Hold there for your inhale. And exhale, walk your feet to your hands. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold back forward. Inhale, come all the way up to standing, reach up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway. This time, exhale to plank. Hold there for your inhale. Exhale, lower to your belly. Inhale, cobra. And exhale, lower down, press through tabletop, downward facing dog. Just holding there this time. You get a down dog hold, then moving a little bit to get a break. Steadiness in the breath. And take one more inhale. And exhale, walk your feet forward to your hands. Inhale, lift halfway. And exhale, fold back forward. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway. Exhale to plank. Hold there for your inhale. Hold for your exhale. Last inhale. Exhale all the way down to your belly. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And then take your right leg up and back. Bring the foot between the hands, drop the back knee down, and then you take your hands to the top of your right thigh to bring your torso upright, or maybe arms are by the ears in your low lunge. And wherever you are, take your hands down to frame your front foot, tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, and then straighten your right leg any amount for a modified pyramid, and then rebend that right leg. And just moving between those two, bending and straightening that front leg any amount. And then next time your right knee is bent so you're in a lunge, just step back, downward facing dog. Take one breath there, inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. And then take your left leg up and back. Bring the foot between the hands, drop the back knee down, your choice, hands to the top of the left thigh or arms up by the ears in the low lunge. And then take the hands down to frame the front foot, tuck the back toes, lift the back knee so you're in a lunge, and then straighten your front leg for your modified pyramid and rebend it. Let's move between those two. Just like in the beginning, can you keep moving the whole time instead of finding a stopping place at each of those two poses? So letting the movement be fluid and gentle. And the next time the front knee is bent, pause there, and then step back, downward facing dog. And then drop your knees to the mat, cross the shins, find your way into boat pose, lift the feet, reach the fingertips forward. Your choice if your legs are bent or straight here. I'm gonna try not to hold the breath. I found myself holding the breath even as I demoed it. natural reaction. One more breath in your boat pose. And then cross your shins, hands to the mat, step back, downward facing dog. That might not be pretty, that's okay. And take your right leg up and back. Bring the foot between the hands, spin the back heel down, cartwheel your arms up, warrior two, arms to a T, looking over your right fingertips. And then for these standing poses today, we're just gonna stay standing and go side to side. So bring your hands to your hips, straighten your right leg, spin your feet parallel, spin the left toes to the left and the left knee, arms to a T. So you're doing warrior two facing the back edge of your mat. And then coming back to the other side, straighten the left leg, hands to hips, spin the feet parallel, right toes to the right. Warrior two again with your right knee bent, arms to a T. This time straighten your right leg, reach forward, hinge into triangle pose. And then keep your legs straight. Just come upright, arms to a T. Spin your feet parallel. Change into the other side. Left toes to the left. Reach towards the back of the mat. Hinge into triangle pose on your left leg. I still think that doing front and back virtually can be a little confusing. So hopefully that all made sense. Maybe I'm the only one that's confused, probably, likely. All right, keep your legs straight, come upright, arms to a T. Hands to the hips, spin your feet parallel, stay there so you're facing the long edge of the mat. Press into the feet, lift the hips, and then hinge from the hips, fold all the way forward, standing wide-legged forward fold. And then make sure your hands are under your shoulders. So you might want to walk them forward a little bit if you walk them towards the feet. And then keep your feet wide. Just spin your heels in, toes out just a little bit. And then bend your right knee. Keep your left leg straight. And then change sides. So you're going to alternate back and forth here, bending one leg, straightening the other. Just tracking the knee, the bent knee over the toes. And then from there, walk your hands to the right to frame your front foot for a lunge. Step yourself back, downward facing dog. And then from now on, come forward to plank. You can drop your knees if you want to lower all the way to your belly. Extend your arms straight back by your sides, palms spinning down, setting up for a locust. Lift everything up, head, shoulders, arms, and legs, and just pause in your locust pose. And then lower everything down, bend the elbows, slide your forearms forward so you can come into Sphinx pose. Elbows directly under shoulders. Tops of the feet gently pressing down. Chest lengthens forward. And then lower everything to mat, slide the hands back by the sides of the rib cage so you can press through tabletop up to downward facing dog. And then walk your hands and your feet towards each other, forward fold at the center of the mat. Take an inhale, lift halfway, and exhale, fold back forward. Inhale, come all the way up to standing, reach the arms up. And exhale, hands down to the heart. Then just bring your hands to your hips. Bend your knees like you're taking a little chair pose with the legs. And then shift weight into the left foot so you can hover your right foot. We're setting up for eagle here. Once you're ready, cross your right thigh over your left thigh. The ball of that right foot can rest down, lift, or wrap. And when you're ready for the arms, take them to a T. Left arm over right arm, you can give yourself a hug, bring the backs of hands together or the palms together. Just gonna hold here. I like this pose because everything really hugs towards the midline of the body, and I find that helpful to find stability over that standing leg. You might disagree, it's okay. Keep your legs where they are, unwind your arms, reach them up. Bring the hands down to the heart and then hug your right knee towards your chest as you straighten your left leg. And then lower the right foot down so you're back standing on both feet. And we'll take it to the other side, hands to the hips. Bend the knees like you're taking your little chair pose. Weight into the right foot as you hover the left foot. And then when you're ready, cross your left thigh over your right thigh. Take the arms out to a T. Right arm over left, hug, backs of hands or palms together. And then once you find all of that with your body, can you find a softness and a steadiness to your breath? Maybe that gives you a sense of ease in your body so that you're able to accommodate any wiggles that happen. And unwind your arms, reach them up by the ears. Bring the hands down to the heart. Hug your left knee towards your chest as you straighten your right leg. And then lower the left foot down to the mat so both feet are rooting down. Take your arms down by your sides. Inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale, fold all the way forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale to down dog. This is your last vinyasa if you want it. Inhale for plank. Exhale to your belly. Inhale, cobra or up dog, spread the chest. And exhale, downward facing dog. And then drop your knees, hips to heels, come into a child's pose, let yourself settle. So notice what it feels like to do movements that are really familiar to you. Sometimes it's just really comforting, I think, to do these poses that we've done many, many, many times. It's like the comfort of being on our mat is like coming home. Sometimes these poses are like coming home into our own bodies, which sometimes is really nice to remember that this is your home. From your child's pose, come up to tabletop, bring your shoulders over your wrists. Coming in to thread the needle with the arm. So take your right arm up towards the sky and then draw that arm under, coming down to the shoulder, the right temple. Maybe that left arm extends forward with the palm flat at the top edge of your mat. If that left arm is straight, rebend it, hand under the shoulder so you can come back upright to table. And then take the other side, left arm towards the sky, draw that arm under, coming down to your variation. And then bring your right hand under your shoulder. Come back up to tabletop. Take 3 rounds of cat-cow on your own. Inhale, drop the belly. Exhale, curl the spine. After you take your third exhale, we'll meet kneeling. So you can walk your hands towards your knees, come upright, so shoulders are over, hips over knees. Take the palms of the hands to the low back with the fingertips spinning down. Draw the elbows towards each other. We're gonna come in and out of a gentle camel here. So on your inhale, lift the chest. You take a little back bend, take the gaze up. And then exhale, just come right back upright. So no strain here. Inhale, gently take it back. Feel the chest spread open. Feel the spine elongate. Exhale, come back upright. One more like that. Inhale, really gentle camel pose. And exhale, come back upright. And then from there, you can find your way to seated. So maybe hands come to the side, feet over to the side. And once you're there, come into a comfortable cross-leg position. Hands can rest on the knees, lengthen the head up towards the ceiling, close your eyes, and just take a couple breaths here. And then unwind the legs, extend them in front of you, coming into Dandasana or staff pose. Hands can rest next to the hips. If you want, you can take a gentle lean forward of the torso. I say I'm not always a fan of this pose, but it's feeling really lovely today. Isn't that interesting? Every day is different, right? Come all the way back upright. You can scoot forward if you need some space to roll back. Find your way all the way onto your back. Hug your knees towards your chest. And keep the knees bent, drop the feet to the mat, arms by the sides. Take a really gentle bridge pose, like halfway to your edge. And then lower that down. One more really gentle bridge pose, gentle lift of the hips. And lower down. Keep the knees bent, walk your feet wider than your hips, arms to a T, just like we did in the beginning when showing for the knees side to side. That one to me always feels so different at the end of class. I always feel warmer and looser. It's an interesting comparison. And then from there, hug your knees in towards your chest. Keep the right knee hugged in, extend the left leg straight onto the mat. And then take your right arm to a T, drop that leg over to the left for a twist. And then come up through center, change sides, hug the left knee in, extend the right leg straight out. Just pause for a moment. And take your left arm to a T, take that leg over to the right for your twist. center, hug both knees towards the chest. Maybe come into a happy baby. And then from happy baby, hug your knees in. Final little squeeze. And then release that. Come into your Shavasana, final place of rest. And then start to deepen your breath a little bit. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Circle your ankles and wrists. Reach your arms by your ears, nice big stretch. Roll off to one side, pause there, eyes closed. And use your top hand, make your way all the way up to a comfortable seat, eyes closed, hands at the heart. You are your home. Take care of yourself. I know that your yoga practice is one way you can take care of yourself, and I hope you feel good after your time on your mat. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Thank you. Bye.